All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Up and Moving. My name is Steve. The goal of Up and Moving is to help keep adults physically active, really throughout the COVID-19 pandemic and beyond. We're excited to have you with us today. Our students that normally teach the classes here with Up and Moving are celebrating the end of the semester, so kudos to them. I'll be filling in today, and after today, we'll come back here in a couple of weeks and I'll give you a little bit more information about that. Today, we're going to be going through really some stretching and light movements to get you energized to seize the day here and tackle your Saturday. You don't need any major equipment. I'll be doing most of the movements standing, and then I will show a couple of modifications seated as well. So go ahead, grab a quick bottle of water, and we'll get started here. Okay, we're going to start with some arm circles here. And before we do that, let's go ahead and rub our hands together here, kind of like we're making a fire. It's rainy here at my house, so hopefully we'll get some sun at some point in the next week here for spring. But it looks like some more rain and maybe even some snow coming. So, all right, we'll go ahead and transition into those arm circles. So we're just going to do baby arm circles here. Again, I want to welcome. We've got a couple of people joining us here. Great to see you. Happy Saturday. Got 2 thumbs up there, so excellent. And gradually start to make these arm circles just a little bit bigger. You don't have to be fast. They can be nice and slow, a good pace here. And the goal of today's workout is to almost feel like an extra cup of coffee this morning, help you really feel energized and ready to go. Make these, give you a side view here. We'll go ahead and slow those down. And now we'll go for reverse grab. With small reverse arm circles. And gradually making that a little bit bigger. Big arm circles. Let's do about 3 more here, but nice and slow. And kind of stretching light movement this morning. All right. Next, what we're going to do, I'm going to rub my hands together again. And I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to just tap my stomach. And I'm going to take my left hand and tap kind of the same spot but on my back. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little tapping here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to twist. Okay. And just twisting ever so slightly. And what I'd really like to do is tap on those same spots. So as I twist, I'm going to tap on my stomach and tap on my back. As I twist from side to side here, we're kind of knocking on the door. So this can be a little gentle tap. It can be a bit more forceful. But we don't want to cause any discomfort, but you can kind of tap a little bit more firmly. Knocking on the door here, tapping on the right around the belly button and the low back. Next, I'm going to take that hand that's tapping on the front and I'm going to tap just below the collarbone. I'm still tapping on my back. Looking at the camera here, looks like everybody's got this figured out. Just below the collarbone and tapping on the center of my back. Remember to breathe when we're doing this. Easy to forget. Okay, now what I'm going to do with that hand that's on the front, I'm going to actually tap a little bit higher up by the shoulder. We're tapping on some points in the body that kind of help stimulate or give us a little bit of energy. Couple more here. We'll take that hand that's on the front and now we'll tap on the center of the chest. Going right on my upper peninsula logo here. We'll flow it back down. Just stop here for a second, take a couple deep breaths. Okay, next one, what we're going to do, we're going to put our hands on our hips. You can go like this, or you can even rotate your hand the other way. We're just going to do some little hip circles here. I'm going to start going clockwise for me. Yep. See, a couple of you already know this movement, so we're just kind of shifting our weight from left leg on my right leg here. I'm kind of going back over to the left leg, go forward, switching over to the right leg. Just a little circular motion here. Side view here. Going in a clockwise direction, whatever direction you started with first, that's perfectly fine. After we've done a few of these, let's go ahead and reverse the direction here. For me, I'm going counterclockwise now. Good on camera, nice gentle movement here. Something slow. Do a little bit more rotation, kind of bending at the wings. That's straight too. Move it back in the center here. Gonna go ahead and rub our hands together. Okay. I like this one. I'm gonna give you the side view here. What I'm gonna do is just kind of shake my arms out. Okay. Shaking my arms. Kind of starting at the wrists here. Add a little elbow motion. Great job on camera to our participants. Really shaking here. But now with that little shoulder, I'm just kind of shaking my shoulders, bending my elbows and my wrists, and just kind of floppy. Okay. You can do this a little while. While you're doing this, take a couple of deep breaths and really focus on the exhale. You can even, if you need to, let out a little sound. So I'm breathing in here. I'm going to focus on the exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out. Kind of flopping around here. Now, let's turn in the camera here. What I'd like you to do is add a little bit of bend in the knees. Yep. I'm shaking around here. And then if you can, see if you can just come up on your toes. And so your heels are coming off the ground. Now kind of our shoulders, elbows, wrists, knees, even ankles are all bending. Bear with me here. We're gonna keep flopping around. And then what we're gonna do next is gradually slow it down. And let's start with the ankles, then we'll go to the knees, and then we'll go to the shoulders, elbows. Yes. So go ahead and let your heels come back on the ground. Knees aren't bending. Shoulders are coming to a standstill. And then elbows. Go ahead and just pause for a second. If you feel a little tingliness or this kind of sensation of feeling warm, that's not uncommon. Go ahead and turn to the camera here. Take a couple of deep breaths here. I'm going to rub my hands together again. And what we're gonna do here, we're gonna go ahead and just kind of bend down towards the ground and kind of give you a sweeping motion. Standing up here. And what I'm gonna do is just bring my hands down slowly. We're gonna do that one more time, and I want you to breathe. Inhale, take a breath in, like you're reaching down here. Scooping up a ball, getting to the top here, and now just a slow breathing out or exhale. Okay, hopefully you're feeling pretty good. We're incorporating again some light movements here, a little stretching, and then I'm not a Qigong expert, but I've been learning and incorporating a few movements here. Okay, next one, what we're going to do is some more of that tapping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my right arm out, take my left arm here. I'm just going to start tapping on the shoulder. Side view here. I'm going to tap all the way down from the shoulder, my wrist, excuse me, the elbow to the, yep. And once I get to my wrist, I'm just going to come back. So I'm going to tap up towards the elbow. Let's go ahead and do that 2 more times. Flip over that hand. Come back here. 1 more time. Give a couple extra taps right on the wrist here. Now what we're going to do is going to go ahead and bend the elbow. Just going to do more on the back side of my arm here, called the triceps. One from the elbow, the shoulder, just tapping the muscle joints. Go ahead and shake that arm out here. I'll do the left one. Coming down, elbow, wrist, tap that hand. Back to the elbow. All the way up to the shoulder. Do this 2 more times. Coming back up. Finish this one out, and then go ahead and bend that elbow. Yep. Tap in here. The elbow and shoulder. Done. Take that left arm out here. Next one, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and rub our hands together. Bring to the side here, like we take both hands, take them apart. And go ahead and almost like you're clapping for students at graduation here this morning. Just go ahead and clasp your hands and just take a quick notice here. My left wrist on top, my right on bottom. Go ahead and just start to make some little circles with your hands or with your wrist. Hands up here, or even down here, if this is more comfortable. You do have a chair here, so while you're doing those, a lot of these movements can be done seated here. We'll do a few more, and then what we're going to do is slowly stop rotating your hands. Just pause. Now what I'd like you to do is go in the opposite direction. So I was going clockwise, now I'm going to go counterclockwise. Might feel a little different or a little backwards. Hang in there, it'll get even more interesting here in another minute. If you're doing a lot of typing, computer work, really good to have a little bit of stretching and mobility there in the hands and wrists. you hear a little clicking or crunching, that's okay. A little self-adjusting here is perfectly normal. Go ahead and stop. Take our hands apart. Now we're going to put the other hand on top. So I'm basically flipping my hands, and now my right one for me is going to go on top. Before my left is on top, and my right is on top. We're going to do those same circles. So go ahead and start. Might feel a little odd for you. Okay. Go ahead and slow it down now. Pause. And now go the opposite direction. And I think I'm going counterclockwise again. Nonetheless, whatever direction you haven't gone, go that way. If this feels a bit clunky or hard to coordinate, we challenge you this morning here. Go in a new direction. You might find about halfway through here, you might have inadvertently switched to the direction that felt more comfortable. So if that happens, try to get back on the right track there, then in that harder direction. Okay. We'll go ahead and shake out our wrists and our arms here. Next, what we're going to do is, if you're doing the standing version, you're going to kind of step to one side, bring your arms back, come together, do a little clap, step to the other side. If it started with me, if you are seated, you can do these same things. You can kind of put the one leg out. You can bring the leg back. And because we're trying to get energized here, you do a little forceful clap. You quite appreciate my chair here. The kitchen stool actually rotates. It's quite beneficial for this exercise here. So I want to hear a little bit louder clapping coming through the camera here. We've got a couple more of these. One more. Okay, great. Next one, what we're going to do is I'm going to give you the side view here. I'm going to reach down, touch my knees. And then I'm just going to bring my arms up. And then we're going to come back down to this. Okay. Give a little bit of a bounce. We'll come back up. What I'd like you to do on these is go ahead and raise your arms up, breathe in. When you get to the top, you'll go ahead and start to breathe out. You don't have to be very fast. Just kind of focus on timing the breathing. Breathing in. Breathing. Get a little knee bend here, breathing in. And breathing in. Do a few more of these. The same ones here, I'm tapping on my knees. Come up, breathing in. Come down, breathing in. And then, do a few more, maybe two more. Finish up the last one here. Okay, next one. Reach it back here. Next one, what we're going to do is make our arms, our hands here in little fists. I'm going to do a little bit of an exaggeration. We're going to kind of start with the back here and the spine. I'm going to go ahead and rotate my shoulders and kind of hunch forward a little bit here. And then as I come back up, I'm going to look up. I'm just going to kind of squeeze. If there was a little ball in the back of my shoulders, kind of squeeze that. Do a few of these. Going to go ahead and kind of crawl forward a little bit for this. You can look down, and then I can come back up. Head goes up, shoulders go back. If you want to breathe in, and we're going down like this. And as you're coming back up, you can breathe out. Breathe in. And then breathing out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And all this can be done on a chair, on the couch, standing. Okay, let's do one more here. Okay, next one, this is a good one. We're going to incorporate some balance here. What I'd like you to do, and if you can do this without any assistance, great. You need to get closer to the wall, or you can do this seated. So let me show you a couple different variations. So I'm going to go ahead and shift the weight to my right leg. Take my hands, I'm going to put them down here. And I'm just going to bring my arms up like this, and like a crane. And then I'm going to bring them back down. We're doing the arm movement first, and bring them up and down. And then this time, let's go ahead and bring them up and bring them together. And then down. Do the arm movement one more time. So we come up, make a bird or like a crane, come down. And this time when we come up, we'll go ahead and bring our hands together. So here's where it gets a little bit more tricky. So now I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and put the weight on my right leg. I'm just going to bring my heel up, my toes touching the ground with my left. And now I'm going to start here. Go ahead and bring my arms up, lift my heel, come back down, and foot's back on the ground, and now coming up, and bringing them hands down. It's kind of two steps. You want to make this a little bit more challenging, we'll do the next variation, bring the arms up. And we're going to lift that left leg off the ground. Put the arms back down. Leg goes back down. And this time, I'm going to go ahead and bring my arms together. Come down. Let's go ahead and try this on the left leg. You might find left might be easier or harder. Start with the arm movement first, shifting most of the weight over to the left. Bringing the arms up like a bird. Right. Down. Bringing them up. Hands together. Now let's try doing that all the weight on the left leg. Unweighting the right leg. Pop that here. Okay. Shift it over to the left. I'm going to go ahead and bring my arms up. Take my heel up off the ground. Arms down. And arms up. Lift that heel off. Bring the arms together, hands together. And if you're ready for the next one here, I'm going to do it. And bring my arms up. Right leg off the ground. And go back down. If you need to touch your toe, put that leg down. That's great. That's fine. Arms back up. Leg up. Hands together. So pick which variation works for you. I'm just going to do a few more here seated. Okay. So we're going to go back over to the right leg now that we've kind of hopefully learned a little bit about the coordination. So shifting the weight onto the right leg, left leg is going to be coming up. It's going to show the chair version here. Go ahead and bring your arms up in the crane position. Down. Same thing, bring the arms up. Leg up. Even on the chair, lift that leg up. Hands together. We're going to do a few more of these, and the only other thing I'm going to add here is as you bring your arms up into the crane position, bring that leg up, go ahead and inhale. And then once the arms come down, we connect. The arms go up here, leg goes up. Breathing in. And together, breathing down. Breathing in. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. And together. Breathing in. All right, a couple more of these, then we'll switch sides. Multi-steps here. Hopefully you're getting the feel of this. I'm going to do two more here. Great, some balance here, some breathing, stretching. Hard to talk to and do all these. One more here, so arms up. That's one of the arms come off, the leg comes up. Bringing your hands together. Okay, switching sides here, integrating a lot. Go ahead, bringing the arms up to the bird crane position, leg up. Yeah. Both leg up. Hands together, breathing out. Couple more on this side. Breathing in. Breathing in. Leg up. Heel up. Hands together, breathing in. Up. Go ahead and do one more on your own here. Go ahead and shake out the arms here. Give a little bounce in your step here. Just notice kind of how you feel. We got a couple more stretches here, and then we'll do just that 30 minutes. Okay, I really like this one here. I'm gonna go ahead and tap my knees, bend down, and this time I'm gonna go ahead and look up like the sky or the moon, and then come down and tap my knees. Breathing in, up at the sky, the moon, and then breathing out. Cool thing about a lot of these movements today, you can do them slow, focus on moving and breathing. It's a great little warm-up stretch. And some of the other upper moving workouts are really trying to increase our breathing and our heart rate. We can do these at a faster pace. It's really cool to be able to modify this depending on what the day of the work. We go up, breathing in, go down, breathing out. We're going to do one more on your own here. We'll get set up for the next one. Grab my quick chair here. Holding a ball here, maybe like a medicine ball, a big bouncy ball. What I'm going to do is just go ahead and turn to my left or right, doesn't matter. And look back over your shoulder here. Come back to center. Holding that ball. Turning the other direction from this way, I'm turning to my right. Coming back to center. I'm going to turn to my left here, holding that ball. Coming back to center. I'll go to the right. You might feel a little low back, a big stretch and twisting in a good way, not too far. Whatever's comfortable for you. You can only turn part way. Just again, kind of getting a good stretch here in the back and the front. If you're doing these seated, same concept. Definitely helps that I have a chair that twists, but if you don't, then just simply look over that shoulder. Do one more each direction. Okay. We're on the home stretch here. We're going to do a movement called Frankenstein kicks or Isaac Newton kicks or zombie kicks here. So depending on which up and moving instructor you have, I'm going to go ahead and put my arms out. I'm just going to raise my leg. You see some of our participants that have very good back of the leg or hamstring flexibility. The goal here is not necessarily to get it as high as you can, but you're just getting a little stretch in the back of the leg. If you have enough room, you can go ahead and walk around here in a circle. If you are doing these on the chair or seated at the couch, while folks are moving around, the modified version of this, arms out, you can either go ahead and extend your legs greatly and just set it back on the ground. Alternatively, you can do a few of those, and then you can even lift more at the hips. So either straighten the leg and or lift the legs. Doing a little bit of both. I see some great zombie kicks here on camera. Go ahead and meet you back in the center of the room if you're moving around, or if you're seated, meet you right where you are. Okay, last thing that we're going to do is again, we're doing some light movements today, stretching, trying to get a little energized to seize the day. I'm going to go ahead and do some tapping, and we're going to tap a few spots that we tap at a few new spots. So first, let's actually start with the chest here. Have a little knuckle, kind of a fist here. You open it, hand, whatever feels okay to you. And tapping here. Next, I'm going to go ahead and tap right here, just kind of on the low back. Next, going to go ahead and tap kind of in the butt where we sit down. A lot of muscles in our butt for tapping knees. I'm going to tap on the outside of my legs. Down by the knee. And all the way down the ankles. Tap those ankles. I'm going to go to the inside of the leg, tap the inside of the ankle. Inside of the knee. Inside of the thigh. If you get up to kind of the hips here, and tap here. Back up to the chest. Like Simon says here, left shoulder. Right collarbone area, a little bit below the shoulder. I might have gotten my directions mixed up, my right and your right. So I'll of course correct here and take my right hand. We'll do tap on the collarbone or the clavicle on the other side. On the other shoulder. Next one up here, we're at the top of the head. Back of the neck. If you're standing, you can do a little bounce in your step here. Low back. Back of the butt. All the way down to the leg. Inside of the legs here, coming back up. Tap on those hips. Yes. Gonna go through that sequence one more time. Adding a little arm here to shoulder. Down that arm. For the side of the hand here. Up that arm. Other shoulder. Side of that hand. Coming up that inside of the arm. Couple more in the center of the chest here. Roll back. But down the side of the leg. Let's go down outside. Inside of the leg. Coming up. Tap the hips. Last couple on the chest here. You can let out a little Tarzan, a little seize the day, happy Saturday. And rub our hands together. Gonna go ahead and give you about 30 seconds here when I stop talking. I just want you to close your eyes, take a couple of deep breaths. Just notice how you feel. Okay, that is the end of our workout today. We incorporated a little stretching, some light movement. I incorporated some movements from Qigong and some other yoga things here. But I'm really glad that you're able to join us today. Just want to give a couple of quick announcements. At the end of the semester, we'll take a short break with Up and Moving. We have at upandmoving.org, of course. Many of our workouts are archived, but we'll be back for our next live workout on May 18th. That's a Thursday at 9:30. That'll be our summer schedule. I want to again thank you for joining us. Encourage others to stay active, stretching, light movement from the chair, from the couch, standing as we try to get into spring here. Hope to see you out in the community and staying active. So I'll go ahead and turn off the recording. Have a great rest of your Saturday. If there are any questions, happy to talk with you here at the end. Bye-bye, everyone.